considering hiring someone for a sensitive position, looking at candidates, what steps are allowed or must be followed to conduct a background check? We don't want to violate privacy laws, and so this can be a tricky situation.
The best practice, if you want to conduct a background check on a new employee or candidate, is you should not do that until a conditional offer of employment has been extended to that person. Don't ask for a background check at the application stage. That is not the time. You want to evaluate all of your applicants. That is not the time to ask them, for all of their arrest records, etc. Because there are, the EEOC has done research on this, and there are certain minority groups who tend to have higher arrest records than others, and then that takes them out of employment opportunities. So because of some systemic discrimination that may exist there, the EEOC doesn't want that to carry over into the workplace. So with that in mind, don't get into background checks, criminal history, anything at the application stage. Once you have narrowed it down and you've got your top candidate, you can extend that person a conditional offer of employment where you say, I'm offering you this job conditioned on you passing this background check. You must get their consent. So once you have their consent, then go ahead and run the background check. And you have to comply with the Fair Credit Reporting Act when you do that. And if any negative information comes back on the background check that causes you to withdraw the offer of employment, you have to follow the FTC rules to give that person notice of the adverse employment action you are taking based on the background check so that they can go dispute the accuracy of the information if it's not been reported correctly, etc.
Okay, so basically, if you are adding a background check earlier in the process, you're kind of opening yourself up potentially to a hiring discrimination claim, to a lawsuit.
Exactly. We don't want any sort of that systemic bias to carry over into the employment. So don't make those kinds of decisions at the application stage. You wait until the end. Choose your best candidate based on, their ability to serve your organization well, for their ability to do the job well.
We want to avoid any potential lawsuits that we can.
That's right. No discrimination. We don't want to discriminate.